everybody. Scratch, come in here. Something new today, Scratcher.
Oh, very exciting.
Introducing something new to the Adam Brothers Swim to Rock Nest.
Yes.
We've got some special guests that we're going to interview.
Yeah.
Today's a special guest who's sponsored a swim that we've just done.
Right. Yep.
And he's the naming sponsor of the event. We'll get him in and we'll introduce him. And we've got some rapid fire questions.
Rapid
for him.
fires.
Rapid fires.
Right, let's
Like,
do
they'll be
that.
short and sharp.
Right.
Short and sharp. Come in, Mark.
Come in, Mark.
Hey guys.
G'day.
Okay. Scratch it.
Mark.
Right, Mark. So, look, first of all, let people out there know who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name's Mark Cox, and I've had my own business for about 16 years. Mark Cox Jewelry.
Mark Cox Jewelry. Now,
Fantastic.
Mark. Now, nickname. Because Mark's very official.
Okay, well, back in the 80s, it was Wallaby.
Wallaby.
No one here knows that.
No, they do not.
Here, it's sort of getting a lot from the older crew calling me Marco.
Marco.
Yeah.
I call you Coxie. So
I call him Coxie as well. But anyway, that's all right. So we're going
to go with Coxie.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
And what about your favourite food?
Favourite food would have to be seafood.
Okay, what about your go-to junk food?
I can honestly say I avoid junk food.
Oh, very good.
Maybe if it was
right,
Kentucky Fried Chicken 40 years ago when I was a kid, but not the
Or
stuff
when
they
you're
serve up
hungover?
today. No,
Ah,
no.
okay.
So with that in mind, what about the beverage? What's the favourite beverage?
Well, it'd have to be a nice cold beer.
Yeah.
And
Any particular beer?
I'm partial to a Great Northern. I'm aware of got to look after ourselves as we get older. So I've done away with the full strength James Bogues, and now I drink the Great Northern.
Nice.
And I do like a nice Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All
Yep.
right. And what about during the day? Obviously, I mean, it's lunchtime somewhere in the world, but if you have a beverage during the day, like a coffee, you like a coffee?
Oh yeah. Enjoy my coffee. Yeah,
Yeah.
got to start the day. I've got a nice coffee machine at home, and have a coffee after the swim.
Excellent.
All right, now here's a question for you. You got any three people, alive or dead, overseas, in this town, coming to dinner?
Yep.
Who are they, and
Okay.
what are you going to cook them?
Okay, well, I'll have to say Mum and Dad. Dad passed 3 years ago, and of course, I'd have to include my new girlfriend, Melissa. So, what am I going to cook them?
Politically
Probably-
correct.
They're very politically correct, yeah.
Probably a roast. I'm getting pretty good with
Yeah,
a
roast.
roast,
Very nice.
or a barbecue, but I love doing the roast.
Very
A nice
nice.
roast, yeah.
Potato and pumpkin as well on
Yeah,
the side? Oh,
bit of
That's
gravy.
a
Right.
very classy answer, mate. That one.
Yeah, very
So you got
classy.
all the ticks in the boxes for that one. Definitely.
But I'm going to make a note.
Yeah.
Dinner at Coxie's next week.
Absolutely. Now, mate, let's go back a few years.
Yep.
First job.
My very first
Paid
job,
job.
my very first paid job, and I think I was getting from memory about $1.73 an hour.
Oh,
I was a junior clerk for a Ford dealership. So
Oh,
I used to
okay.
handwrite the invoices out. I had to decipher the mechanics' writing to
Yep.
see what they did to whatever the vehicles they were working on. It could have been cars, tractors, etc. And in my handwriting, that was what my job was.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
$1.73, that's about what I get now.
Is Lusky watching this?
Anyway, mate, favourite sporting team?
I got a
Think-
fair
oh,
idea what this is.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, I like to I let everyone know that I had the lobotomy and broke away from West Coast a long time ago. No,
Yeah.
I am an absolute diehard Fremantle footy club,
Ah.
Fremantle supporter.
Yeah, and the
Through and
actual
through.
colour code with the MCJ is almost the same as the Dockers, mate.
Bit of navy.
Oh, yeah, purple, mate.
Purple hat. Bit of
It's
purple
not
hat.
far off that.
All right.
Now the classic one, mate, right, and you've been given the questions beforehand, so you had a bit of time to think about this because
Yep.
it's a toughie.
Yep.
Favourite movie?
I'm going to have to go with two here. It would have been Braveheart.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit of a toss-up between... Would you be willing? It's a bit of a toss-up between Braveheart and Gladiator. I mean,
Okay.
blokey movies, but
Yeah.
bit of romance
Nice,
and
mate,
also
nice,
a bit of obviously a bit of action and
Rightio. Okay, let's go back again.
Yep.
Further back, when you were growing up, what did you watch on TV?
oh yeah, this is good. Doctor Who,
Of course.
Flintstones, Disney on the weekend,
Yes.
the Banana Splits.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going back.
A lot of people will be Googling this.
There might have been a few more there, but
Fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic. So I guess basically the big one ways, if you bucket list item, if you haven't, and you can actually say if you've already done it, where's your destination? Where would you like to go and visit and bucket list? What's the?
There's probably. I still haven't done Egypt and the pyramids,
Yeah,
so that's probably the big one.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate to have done a lot of other places, so yeah.
Yeah, very
Very
good.
nice, very nice.
All right, now here's a really interesting question. So you've got a time machine.
Yep.
Where are you going?
Well, to just follow up on what I just said, I'd like to go back in time and see how they built those pyramids.
Yeah, wouldn't we all like to know that?
It's a big question, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a big question indeed.
Okay, very, very good. All right, Mark, thanks very much for coming in today and having a bit of a chat with us. We got to know you a little bit, and these people out here might have got to know you a little bit more as well. Now, today we hopped in and had a swim with you today because you sponsored an event.
Yep.
Now, can you give us a bit of a briefing on what that event was? And
Yeah, sure. Well, the Champion Bay Surf Lifesaving Club have had this event every year called the Merry Christmas Swim, and I think I got involved, gee whiz, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And we decided my business is MCJ, Mark Cox Jewelry, so I've become the sponsor.
Merry
so
Christmas.
So each year now, everybody that enters receives a little gift, and it's just a bit of fun.
Okay, excellent. And we had a bit of fun out there. It was great fun. I think I've opened my present. Christmas toilet paper.
I
Thank you
actually
very
haven't,
much.
so I'm actually still, shaking in my boots.
You know you got 10,000.
Yeah.
There's a scratch in there as
Scratchies,
well.
absolutely.
Very, very nice presents.
Mate, as obviously part of the swim group in Gelton here, we greatly appreciate sponsorship like yourself, and just give us a little plug with
The
Mark
business.
Cox Jewelry, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've been in the jewelry game for probably 30 years, maybe plus, and I've had my own business now for 16. So, home-based business. I'm not a jeweler. I design jewelry and I collate all the goodies, as in diamonds, gemstones, pearls, and I contract to jewelers. And I've got probably a team of, when I say a team, I've got a local jeweler here, probably 6-7 crew in Perth, a couple in the eastern states. My business has won. I've won Small Business Awards back in 2019. I was the only business in WA to be selected to go to Canberra to showcase my jewelry in front of 300 politicians. I've done pieces for both West Coast and Freo for the wives and girlfriends for the Brownlow Medal. And my big claim to fame, I suppose, which I get excited about, is I've actually met 3 astronauts and donated pieces to them, being Buzz Aldrin, second man on the moon, Andy Thomas, the Aussie-born astronaut, and Gene Cernan, the last American.
Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So that was a bit of fun.
We're actually sitting in greatness here.
Yeah, we are. We are.
are.
We're in touch.
We are indeed.
All right, and Mark, just finishing off,
Yep.
a bit of a plug also. Keep an eye out. I think in the paper this week there might be an advertisement for your business.
Oh, correct.
This time of year is
Yeah.
a very important time of
It
year
certainly is.
for a jeweler. But it's something to do with don't be in the dog box.
That's correct. I mean, there's a lot of ads out there. Everyone doing their own thing for the jewelry industry. So I've got a little ad going with a dog in a kennel saying, "Don't make sure you don't end up in the doghouse this Christmas."
and we've all been there.
So,
So if you're stuck for a present, look for
Come
that
and see me.
advert,
Yeah.
give this guy a call,
Yeah,
and he'll
absolutely.
definitely have something for you. I've done it before. Trust me. It works every time. All right. Thanks again, Mark.
Mate,
Absolute
Thanks for
pleasure.
joining us today.
Absolute pleasure, mate.
Have a very Merry Christmas.
to you
Yeah.
both and to everybody watching.
Yeah.
Thanks
Fantastic.
for
Thanks,
having me.
guys. All the best.